Stands in the shotgun with 5 receivers, 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Claps for the football and takes the snap on 2nd and 5. Looking left, now looking right. He's in trouble, and he goes down. Boubacar Traore sacks him back to the 14-yard line.
Tony Simeone on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish Radio Network. Boubacar Traore having a huge game last week, taking out C.J. Bailey, first drive of the game. And we're joined now by the Ask the Experts. They are the experts. Tyler Horka, Jack Soble from Blue and Gold Illustrated. Thanks so much, guys, for being on the show today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for having us on.
All right, so we're going to talk first. We're going to talk about I want to have a little roundtable discussion. Let's talk about Boubacar Traore. Let's talk about the front end of that Notre Dame defense. The question, true or false, does Notre Dame's front end of the defense get more than 3 sacks against USC today, and why or why not?
That's a tough number. I think I would settle right on that over-under of 3. I mean, they've sacked C.J. Bailey 4 times last week, so you would take the over there. But Jaden Mayava is a very savvy quarterback for USC. He gets out of pressure. USC's offensive line had a couple injuries, but they've been playing probably exceeding expectations. So I would settle right on 3. If Notre Dame gets to 3 sacks, I think that's probably a good number, and they've done enough to pressure Mayava in this game.
Well, you're right that Mayava gets the ball out quick. I forget what the exact number is, but it's some of the lowest time to throw in the nation with USC. He's getting the ball out quick. He's got a ton of weapons to throw to. Mikhail Lemon, obviously, first and foremost. And you're right, they got some injuries up front. The left tackle, Elijah Page, we're not sure whether he's going to play. He's missed the last 2 games. He's obviously a huge piece of their offensive line. That's going to be huge because Boubacar Traore is going to be rushing hard, and he's having a great couple games, man. He is right on the edge of elite. He's playing great against the run. He is getting the sacks, but he's not quite impacting the game on every snap like the top-end edge rushers are, but he's going to get there soon, and I think it's going to be soon.
What do you think? 3 sacks, over, under?
I'm thinking over, and I'm thinking 2 from Boubacar Traore. I love saying his name. I mean, he's leading the team with 5.5 this year. I mean, he is that defensive lineman. And I say 2 from Jalen Sneed. This is a crazy take. I know the experts aren't going to like it. It's a hot take, but that's what I got.
She has some hot takes this week, too, in your Talia's take. Let's flip to the other side of the ball and see C.J. Carr. Take a look.
Irish in the red zone. Carr along the near hash, takes the snap, looks, throws, Pauling catches at the 2 for the goal line. He's in! Touchdown, Notre Dame! Will Pauling is back in the end zone.
My Badgers are having an awful season, but I'm really glad that Will Pauling decided to make the switch to come to Notre Dame. This dude is the dude of all guys. Just the X factor, I think, for the Notre Dame offense this season. What do you think of Will Pauling? I mean, is he a difference maker that the Irish need to win a national championship?
We saw last week Notre Dame came out and threw to him twice right away. They get into the end zone on that first possession. Jeremiah Love gets the touchdown, but Notre Dame doesn't get down there without Will Pauling. So he's in the game plan. Obviously, the Jaden Greathouse injury, probably don't expect him to play again today with that hamstring injury. So Will Pauling is that starter in the slot. And like you said, at Wisconsin, he was their guy. He was their number 1 wide receiver a couple seasons ago, over 800 receiving yards. He's been there, done that, and I think he's proven himself at Notre Dame. So he didn't have to prove himself to anybody. He earns team captaincy as a wide receiver transfer. That doesn't happen. Usually if you're a transfer, you got to be a quarterback to be named a team captain, but he's a wide receiver. Teammates love him. C.J. Carr loves him. There's just something about him when he's out there. The football finds him, and I think the football finds him again tonight.
If Jaden Greathouse does come back tonight, do they still go to Will Pauling? I mean, do they kind of replace Greathouse with Pauling?
Not replace. They would both still play. Again, I wouldn't count on Greathouse tonight. They would both still play. I don't know who would go out first, but they'd been alternating drives before. I think that would continue. Regarding Pauling, first of all, Vahid, I'm going to start using dude of all guys. Am I writing that? that was
dude of all guys.
That's got to make the magazine.
That's got to make the magazine this weekend. But with Pauling, he's just got a knack for finding that open space, right? You see him pop wide open in zone coverage all the time. He's just got a great feel for the game, right? He knows how to find those gaps in zone coverage. That's going to be huge against USC.
Well, I know Will Pauling, a big target, but give me Eli Reardon as a game changer. He's a 6'7" tight end. He's physical. He's a senior. He's got experience. I'm expecting not a huge game, once again, because the weather. It's going to be a strong run game, but a big game from him again.
All right, let's flip back to the defensive side of the ball, where the back end of the defense now is taking center stage.
On 4th and 11. Bailey takes the snap. He drops, throws underneath, and it's intercepted. Taken away by Adon Schuler. Needs a block. Here he comes down the near sideline. Cuts inside of the 40. Still on his feet at the 30. He's inside the 20. Oh, what a play by the captain. Adon Schuler with a pick and returns it all the way down to the 17-yard line.
Another dude of all guys, Adon Schuler, getting an interception last week, really disruptive, the back end of this defense. We noticed a big shift when number 15 came back into the lineup a couple weeks ago. Jack, let's start with you. I mean, how well are they playing comparatively speaking to last season now?
They're playing almost as well as they were last season with Leonard Moore back. The big injury that we're watching for this week, Devontae Smith, the starting nickelback, that's going to be huge against a team with a slot receiver in Mekhi Lemon, who is leading the Power 4 in receiving yards. He's a monster in a lot of different ways. You're going to have to put Leonard Moore on him at some points. I don't think you can the entire game because, like Marcus Freeman said on Monday, he's so valuable taking away half the field at that boundary cornerback spot. But on third downs and in the red zone, I think you got to feature Leonard Moore on Mekhi Lemon at some points. Mekhi's only like 5'10", 5'11", but he plays bigger than that he can make contested catches in the end zone. That's why I need Leonard Moore's length on him.
Okay.
I think that this, you mentioned Adon Schuler at the top of all this. If you go back to the Purdue game, remember he missed the first half of that game because of a targeting in the previous game. Since then, that's kind of been the starting point for the resurgence of this Notre Dame defense because Purdue put up 23 points in that first half. I think everybody in this stadium was thinking, oh my gosh, this is what the Notre Dame defense is this season. Schuler comes in, stabilizes things. Purdue only gets a touchdown in that second half. And Notre Dame has found its combination of safeties in Adon Schuler and Tay Johnson. Jalen Stroman has played less, and it's actually benefited him as well. You see him make that sack last week. That was a big point in that ball game as well. So I think Chris Ash has kind of figured out what strings to pull in the Notre Dame secondary and what guys to put out there, and it's working for him right now.
I know Leonard Moore is kind of the glue of this defense. I'm going to have a hot take of my own. I think Adon Schuler this year is that glue.
Ooh,
I think the past 2 seasons, he's had a monster start to his Notre Dame career, and I think how Adon Schuler goes is how the back end of this Notre Dame defense goes.
Yeah, I think the defense is looking good, but this is a huge test. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I mean, the last 3 games haven't been ranked opponents. This is USC ranked 20th, and I think a big guy this game is Drake Bowen. I mean, he is so fun to watch. He's leading in tackles. He is so emotional out there, and all week he's been saying one word: playing with violence. Violence.
All right, playing with violence is what Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price do. Let's flip to the backfield.
All spotted between the hashes. It's 3rd and goal from the 2. Irish moving right to left. Pistol set again with Love as the back. Carr takes the snap, gives it to Love, puts his head down for the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Jeremiah Love opens it up.
All right, you have 2 of the best running backs in the nation. I'm going to call them the 2 best running backs in the country. Jadarian Price, Jeremiah Love. You have 2 guys. You have one of the best offensive lines in the country. Why can't the Irish get it done on 3rd and short and 4th and short?
Do you want to start with this? Because I don't have a very good answer.
The best answer is that their offensive line hasn't been playing like one of the best offensive lines in the country on 3rd and 4th and short. Like, you can call whatever you want. If your offensive line is getting pushed back and missing assignments, like, it's not going to work running the ball, passing the ball. Against NC State, they tried passing the ball a couple times. NC State was on that, though. They had great calls on for what Notre Dame had going. They didn't know it was coming, but they guessed correctly. So it's a combination of blocking, play calling. I wouldn't blame the backs because you can't do much when you don't have room in short yardage. The bottom line is you got to block better.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's become a little mental, I think. That's what I observed from the press box.
Mental.
Like, go back to the Miami game, and that's where Notre Dame implemented the Wildcat for the first time, and everyone was.
That's not a hot take. Get rid of the Wildcat. It was hot in 2008.
It just hasn't worked. And like when you plant that seed, all of a sudden the offensive line starts talking about, okay, why are we doing this? Why can't we just call a conventional running play, traditionally attack the defense, and
have a fullback up there?
Go up the gut with the running backs that you mentioned, 2 of the best, if not the very best in the country. So there's a lot of moving parts right now. I don't think it's all cohesive and moving in one direction for Notre Dame when it gets down to those short yardage situations. So I think Mike Denbrock keeps it simple, stupid, and just kind of runs the football and says, hey, let's run behind these big heavies, and these are 2 of the best running backs in the country, and just get a yard or 2. That's all you have to do, get a yard or 2.
Well, now I know why this segment is called Ask the Experts, because you guys just answered exactly what I was wondering. What is going on with that short yardage? And I agree. They need to be tougher on the line, and then you need to play simple. I think, like, no trick plays, run the ball.
No wildcat.
Yeah, no wildcat. And if they do that, I think they'll be pretty good.
I think they're like fooling themselves a little
Yeah.
bit. It's just like,
It's in their heads.
I like that. It's kind of mental at this point.
all right, we're going to be right back with these Ask the Experts, and experts they are, the dudes of all guys. We're going to be right back here on ABC 57 Kickoff. Our Ask the Expert segment continues. Plus, we give out the GOAT trophy this week, and we make our final selections. Stay with us.